Determining price of a home for sale in San Diego. That's our topic today. Let's get started right after this. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we'll be discussing a topic that's been on the minds of many homeowners in San Diego. The state of the housing market and how it affects the sale of your home or your loved one's home when you decide to sell the probate or trust administration house. One of our first questions is probably, how much can I sell my loved one's home for? With the recent rise in mortgage rates, the housing market in San Diego slowed down last year. This has caused kind of a ripple effect on home prices, so it's important for sellers to adjust their expectations accordingly. However, it's important to keep in mind that some of the pandemic-related trends in the market have changed. This means that sellers need to be proactive and adjust their strategies to get the highest priced, best terms in the least amount of time. In a more moderate market, pricing your home correctly can make a big impact on both your profits and the speed of the home's sale. And the good news is that even in today's market, homes priced right for the condition are selling in a reasonable amount of time. So if you're responsible for a home in probate or a trust administration in San Diego, it's crucial to have a solid understanding of the market and impact that pricing of the probate home or trust administration home will have on the sale. Whether you're dealing with a probate situation or again a house in a trust administration, or you're just looking to sell your home, make sure to take these factors into consideration to ensure a successful sale. So why does pricing your home appropriately for the condition, why does it matter? Well, your asking price is a crucial factor when it comes to selling a home. If priced too low, you may not get the best deal possible. Although you probably will get a lot of showings, you could potentially leave money on the table. On the other hand, if you price too high, you may deter potential buyers from even considering the property and ultimately having to lower the price later, which could raise a lot of red flags for you. To avoid these mistakes, it's crucial to price the home right from the start. And that's where an experienced real estate professional can help to guide you by providing the data and the facts in the current marketplace. Hi, I'm KimWard. I am a certified probate real estate advisor and an experienced real estate broker in San Diego County. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel and feel comfortable putting in your questions or comments. Now, let's get back determining price of a home for sale in San Diego. There are a number of factors that go into determining the appropriate price for a property. That's what we're going to talk about now so that you can maximize the sales price and, as important, manage the terms for homes for sale in San Diego. First of all, when you are representing an estate, including a San Diego probate, you and your real estate professional should determine and have an agreement on the approximate value of the property. When determining price and you think the home is worth around $800,000 based on what you've seen on Zillow or Realtor.com or some other real estate sites, what you want to do is confirm that price with the actual facts from the San Diego Multiple Listing Service. This is where your real estate professional can provide all the data you need to accurately price the home for sale in San Diego. And once you know from the data the home's value and you now have a price range in mind, it's time to nail down the list price. You'll want to come up with a price of a home that will appeal to a San Diego home buyer. That means you want to make sure when determining price of the San Diego probate that you land on the right list price to get as many home buyers in the front door as possible. What we really want to do is to stimulate interest among more than one buyer and create a bit of a bidding war. When buyers are looking for a home for sale in San Diego, they typically come up with criteria. This could include wanting a 3-bedroom home with a minimum of 2 bathrooms under $900,000 in the neighborhood of Tierra Santa. A good buyer's agent will set up their buyer with an automated buyer search using that criteria. So with this idea, what you don't want to do when determining price of a home for sale in San Diego, you don't want a price of $910,000, for instance, because the buyers will never know about the San Diego probate home for sale. Another thing when determining price of a home for sale in California is that you don't want to do is get super creative with your listing price. I've seen the price of a home at $787,777 recently, and it's confusing to the buyer, and I wouldn't recommend it. Our goal is to showcase the home for sale and appeal to as wide an audience as possible. Getting quirky with the price of a home can counteract this goal. There are times when, in the process of determining price of a for sale, that a seller has high expectations about the property's appeal and wants to ask top dollar for it. I have seen agents price a home for sale in San Diego with this type of high price tag, and because I'm always very curious to see what happens when the seller chooses a different agent to help them, I will track the progress of the home listing on the San Diego Multiple Listing Service. And you guys, 90% of the time, 30 days later, the price of the home is adjusted, and I don't mean higher. So when having the discussion about determining price, you want to listen to what the real estate professionals have to say and the data that they provide regarding the current marketplace. And this leads us back to the comparable property information when determining price. The other thing is that most buyers need to get a loan to purchase a home for sale in San Diego. And that means that they need to get an appraisal of the property from their lender. The appraiser is going to gather the data from the San Diego Multiple Listing Service, and with some adjustments for square footage or possibly amenities and some other factors, will determine what is an accurate price for the buyers to be paying in the current marketplace. So if the buyers are willing to pay the inflated price that the seller of the San Diego probate home put together, what can actually happen is that the appraisal comes in short, and the seller, in this case, the executor or administrator, would have to either adjust the sales price, ask the buyer to come in with the difference, which is unlikely, or the transaction just falls apart. This is not the best scenario when involved with being responsible for a San Diego probate home. I'm helping a client with a property in San Marcos. We priced the property at $799,000, and we got an offer within 24 hours of listing the property for sale for $100,000 above the list price. Now, of course, my seller was thrilled, and I explained to her that chances are the appraisal was not going to come in at that value. And guess what? It didn't. But I protected my client because I wrote in the counteroffer that any shortfall between that high price that the buyer offered and the appraised value, up to $25,000 of any shortfall would be paid by the buyer. So of course, what happened? The property, even though I did my best to get the appraisal in as high as possible, there was an appraisal shortfall. And my seller, she was thrilled because yes, the buyer is paying the $25,000 difference between the purchase price of $899,000 and the appraised value that came in $31,000 short. So my client was still thrilled because the property was really worth close to $800,000, but because I am a creative real estate agent and I brought in comps that could kind of pull it up, we did get it close to that $899,000, and my client still made a much bigger profit than she ever had imagined. Now, the next thing that we should talk about are the terms when selling a San Diego probate home. There are closing costs for both the seller, in this case, the estate, and the buyer. The buyers are going to have additional closing costs other than just escrow and title fees. These things can include the cost of inspections, appraisals, loan origination fees, and some other fees. And some home buyers in certain markets may ask for the seller to pay some of their closing cost fees. This is what I mean about the terms of the sale, is another thing that sellers should be aware of because it does affect the net proceeds for the San Diego probate sale. And the final thing that I want to discuss with you is the cost-effective repairs can help with determining price of the San Diego probate sale. Making some cost-effective repairs can help the buyers to see the value of the home versus if there's minor issues that could be easily resolved prior to putting the San Diego probate home on the market. If the minor repairs are not taken care of, then the buyers are going to think that the minor repairs will cost much more than what they truly would cost to correct. There are many factors to determining price that will cause the San Diego probate home to sell for the highest price and again for those best terms. Having an experienced real estate professional guide you through these factors will ultimately help you to determine the best price for the home that's in San Diego. Thanks for watching. See you next week.